early endorsement for 2024 presidential election. So, yeah, there's a lot going on.
Lob that on out there.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I will say, real quick, Brian, I know you're in that division, so this means something to you. Marcus, you're in this division, so this means something to you. I'd like to extend.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Slow
Where's this
down.
going, man?
Slow down, Steve.
Okay.
Slow down. Hold on. Is my sound good? Sounds a little echoey.
Hey, while you're trying to fix it, so yesterday, because I know we're going to this division, so I'm sitting there around like 12:30, laying in bed trying to fix my fantasy lineups, and I see, Matthew Stafford is going to play today, and I almost text Marcus and said, "You want to put a 6-pack on the game?" And I didn't, and I'm so mad that I didn't because Dalvin Cook went for 206 yards and is an absolute beast, and out of nowhere, here come the Vikings to try to win this division when they were 1-5 at one point. Now they're on a 2-game win streak, looking pretty good.
Running into a smoking hot Cowboys team next week. That sucks.
Yeah, so we can get that one too. We can get to 4. We can get back to 500 here pretty soon.
I'm not talking about. Have fun.
No, listen.
I was going to slow down and set everything. Have fun, Steve. This is your moment.
Here's the thing. So, I will say this.
This is a huge announcement.
This is a big announcement. If people that listen to this show, Packers fans that are listening, I'd like to extend a hand. I would like to extend a hand to all of you, a hand of truth, a truce. I'm asking.
You sure you want to do this?
I'm sure. I'm fully ready to move on. I've always hated the Packers. But let me explain. And I've been pretty open about this.
This is good therapy, Steve.
I know, this is good. I've been pretty open about this on the air. I call Aaron Rodgers the devil for one reason. Because he's incredible.
He hurt you.
I say he's the devil because he does things that no human being should be able to do with the football.
Mm-hmm. This just reminds me of Waterboy conversation.
No, I know.
He's the devil.
Right. So I've watched many times as Aaron Rodgers has taken a football and beat my Dallas Cowboys in big games. I do think Dez caught the ball. That's somewhere we'll just have to meet in the middle with. I think a lot of you think the same too. But regardless, we'll meet in the middle on that one. And the reason that was such a big play, too, is because going into Lambeau in a playoff game and winning is a huge accomplishment. You know what I mean? That's something that
would be.
Yeah, it would have been, So I hated the Packers because they were great and they caused me harm. I want to extend, after the last 24 hours, a hand of truce to the Green Bay Packers fans.
It's a big-time olive branch.
And I want to say I'm no longer going to
Texters, really, really quick. Be quick. 383-1939. 3831-939.
I could have never done what you just did. 38319. That was incredible. That was very good.
You have about 15 seconds to accept or reject Steve Rummage's apology. His olive branch. I'm sorry. His olive branch.
And I think we'll have a common, think about it, because I think we're going to have a common.
Listen, Packers fans, hurry up. Or if you're on Twitter, if you're on the YouTube channel, which is up and running, by the way.
Because I'm admitting your greatness at times. Okay? A lot of it's got to do with Aaron Rodgers, but I'm admitting the greatness of what Lambeau is. Okay? And of what the Packers are. And they're very good. They're very good. And thanks, Dexter. I got one that says no and one that says yes. I appreciate that.
We're family. Oh, it feels like
I appreciate that.
It feels like there's enough people who are accepting.
I think so.
If it would have been unanimous no's, I'd have said, let's slow down.
Yeah.
Because maybe you just got to throw them in together.
Right. Yeah. So here's the thing. The reason I'm doing this is because I have massive respect for the Green Bay Packers when they come in and win. What I don't have massive respect for is when you come in and cheat. When you come in with this big bag attitude that you are the roughest, toughest football around. And you have to play with pillow hands when you play a team. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about the new team that I hate more than any sports team known to man. And that's the godforsaken Pittsburgh Wildcats. I'm sorry, Pittsburgh Steelers. They just draft so many Kentucky Wildcats. I confuse it. The Pittsburgh Steelers, who I absolutely hate, who I hope lose every game. I will not just root for the Cowboys. I will now root against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I have never in my life saw a more disgusting display of officiating than I did yesterday watching an NFL football game. The Dallas Cowboys, like them, hate them, whatever, they've been dealt. I don't think McCarthy's very good. All right? That's another truce with Packers fans I have to have, because I argued with Packers fans about McCarthy, and you're right.
He was the problem.
I don't think he's all that good. Yeah, I think he was the problem. I don't think it was Aaron Rodgers. But Dallas has been dealt a terrible injury hand this year. Whether you like him or not, you agree with that. Dallas found a Texan kid in Garrett Gilbert, who played for Texas, played for SMU. He's been in the league for 8 years. He comes in.
Good, hard-working story.
And you know what? Gosh dang it, he's just got it going yesterday. And he looked good. And Dallas's schedule down the back half is not murderer's row outside of the Ravens. So you look down the schedule. I mean, they got the Vikings. Vikings are playing very well right now. But you play the whole East again. You play the Niners. You've got teams you can beat, and in the East, you can make the playoffs doing that,
and you can make the playoffs healthy.
Yeah, right. And I mean, I don't think Dallas is a team that can make it to the Super Bowl, but they may win a game or something in there. So here's the point. Yesterday's game didn't just not mean anything, and the referees treated it as though that was the case. They treated it as though, well, we can't let Dallas get to undefeated, or we can't let Dallas knock off an undefeated Pittsburgh team because Pittsburgh's back half of the schedule's bad, so we got good story here, blah, blah, blah. And every game-winning play Dallas made, the referees called it back. And for a fan base and a team that acts like they're such a tough, grinded-out team, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself at the two-hand touch, flag football bullcrap that the Pittsburgh Steelers try to play on a weekly basis. I feel bad for Bengals fans, Browns fans, and Ravens fans. If that's the crap you got to deal with every time you play this team, it's disgusting. Just absolutely disgusting. And I now hope they lose. I will root every game they play against them. I no longer care. Outside of Dallas, I don't care who wins the Super Bowl as long as the Pittsburgh Steelers don't. Just disgusting. If the Green Bay Packers play the Pittsburgh Steelers, I will wear a cheese head. That's how serious I am. Just a disgusting brand of football that those jokers play up there.
What was the worst?
Well, where do you want me to start? Was it the, I got hit across, you gotta throw the flag. It was a personal foul. He pushed me. What was it, that part? From the Pittsburgh Steelers? Was it that part? I mean, was it that? I mean, which one was it? Was it the fact that I'll just throw this part in there, that I thought I got rid of Benny Snell's stupid face and I have to look at him again? Because all they do is draft Kentucky players or trade for Kentucky players? I got to see Bud Dupree. I see Avery Williams, like any other Kentucky Wildcats you guys can get. Hey, John Calipari and Mike Tomlin are good buddies. Cal's a big Steelers fan. So they got that going for them, I guess. Just disgusting. Just a disgusting brand of football. Can't stand
It's
them.
the Cowboy game that brought it to light to you?
Yeah, because I don't really watch them.
Are they taking the crown of America's team?
Who? No, because anybody that watches that crap would be like, this sucks. I don't want to watch this. The crap wants to watch this. Just terrible. Just terrible. And if you're mad on the text line, you're only mad because you know it's true. So get over it. Or pick a new team. Sick.
There's no going back.
No. I hate them. Worst. Just the worst.
You don't play the Packers anymore.
They cheated the Ravens too. I agree with that.
The Cowboys don't play the Packers this year. Right?
Do what?
Cowboys don't play the
And
Packers.
watch your mouth, text line, because I'd probably slap you in the mouth if you said that in front of my face. I'm at Cardinal Town. You want to call me the B word on the text line? I dare you to come to Cardinal Town and say that.
Let's not forget.
Yeah. And watch your text. And you won't be texting anymore either. So good for you.
Is that what they said?
No, that's what I said. I'll block them.
So Brian, has Steve grown up, or has he become more petty than ever?
No, this is typical Steve. I expected something similar to this. I know he's not a Steelers fan, and I know he's not been a Steelers fan for a long time. And I knew when the Steelers and Cowboys were playing each other yesterday that there was going to be some kind of topic that got brought up one way or another, depending upon what happened. But
okay, did you watch the game?
Credit to your Cowboys, though, to be honest, just to actually be in that game and have a shot to win it there at the end with what their fourth string quarterback or something.
Did they have a shot?
Do what?
Because Steve doesn't think they had a shot.
I didn't think they did either going into the game, to be honest. That's what I'm saying. I think overall the Cowboys played pretty well, all things considered. Either that or the Steelers aren't as good as we think.
I'm fine with that too.
No, I think Steve thinks it was a little bit of predetermined. They don't have a shot.
It was.
Did you watch it?
I watched the game. I watched the end of the game.
Were there any calls that got your attention like Steve? Or you thought?
I mean, yes, I understand why he's arguing it as a Cowboys fan, but no, I mean the Steelers are the better team right now, so I expected that to be a win.
I don't even disagree with that. I think they are the better team. But they weren't yesterday.
Any given Sunday.
Yeah, that's my thing. They weren't yesterday.
What do you think about Gilbert?
I mean, we'll see. I mean, if he plays that way,
I was gonna say he looked fine. I mean, like, why didn't we play this dude like last week? Why are we playing Danucci?
Are you ready to spike the ball on Tua?
Almost. I'm almost there.
Nice little W against Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe though that he said he'd wear a Packers cheesehead. That just hurt my heart.
Oh
when I
yeah.
heard that.
No, I know, but I would.
Please don't let me see Steve in a cheesehead.
Yeah, I would.
I think Steve is serious, people.
Yeah, I'm not kidding around about this.
I don't want to see it. I'm not
I
kidding
hate
around
this
either.
scene. Yeah. Just
There will
disgusting.
be no cheeseheads in the studio.
Malik Williams conversation coming up. Middays with Marcus Maben on 939 The Ville.
Hey, Kentuckiana, Luke Hancock here. I wanted to take a minute to tell you about my good friends at Fitness Market. When my fiance and I were looking for a high-quality piece of fitness equipment for our home, we knew there was only one place in Louisville that we needed to go. Fitness Market. The friendly staff at Fitness Market showed us their amazing selection of equipment options, carefully explained all the different machines, and most importantly, treated us like family. We purchased the most amazing Kaiser indoor cycle, and we couldn't be happier. What was truly incredible was how many different treadmills, ellipticals, home gyms, rowers, and spin bikes they had. From the best brands in the industry like Precor, Matrix, Hoist, Spirit, and our favorite Kaiser. These guys are Louisville's e-bike headquarters. Fitness Market not only has new equipment, but they also have a huge selection of pre-owned equipment as well. That means they have something in everyone's price range. 2 locations, Westport Road just inside the Snyder, and their superstore on Plantside Drive at the corner of Watterson Trail, and online at thefitnessmarket.com.
Experience Rufino, one of the most iconic names in Italian wine. Add a touch of Italian hospitality to every occasion with wines for every palate. From sparkling Proseccos and Rosés to fresh fruit-forward whites and Tuscan Estate Reds, you'll find the perfect wine with ease. Celebrate with Ruffino and discover the Italian art of good living. La Vida Ruffino. Please enjoy our wines responsibly. 2019 Ruffino Import Company, Rutherford, California.
Hey, Card Nation, let's be honest. The real estate market in Kentucky is booming. And whether you want to buy or sell a home, now is the perfect time to do it. With interest rates at an all-time low and programs that can get you in a home for no money down. Want to learn more? It's simple. Just call Derek A. Stewart with Dream JP Pirtle. Derek is available virtually around the clock to listen, understand, and help you with all your realtor needs. So don't waste another second. Call Derek A. Stewart at 502-314-9868 today.
Mark Ennis here, telling you about my friends at Bosch Lawn Care. For the past few years, I've trusted Bosch Lawn Care with my yard maintenance at my house. That's mowing, weed eating, trimming bushes, cleaning mulch installation, and much more. Get yourself out of hours of work in the yard when you could be kicking back and enjoying time with your family and friends. Call 833-2GET-CUT. That's 833-243-8288, or visit them online at BoschLawnCare.com. Trust the lawn experts I trust. They're professional, affordable. Bosch Lawn Care.
I'm Ethan Moore.
And I'm Taylor Lynch.
Check out Louisville Sports Live, the city's longest-running all-U of L sports talk show, every Wednesday at 6 o'clock right here on 93.9 The Ville.
All the best local and national guests talking all things Louisville football, basketball, and recruiting.
Every Wednesday at 6 right here on 93.9 The Ville. And follow us on Twitter at Lville Sports without an O Live.
And check out the website, LouisvilleSportsLive.net. Go Cards.
After the year we've had, Genesis Diamonds thinks you deserve something really special. And we're making it happen. This weekend, Genesis Diamonds' largest sale ever, with savings up to 35% store-wide. Plus aggressive zero-interest financing and an expanded selection of gorgeous all-new designer jewelry. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, new engagement rings too. Turn your 2020 challenge into a 2020 celebration with something special from Genesis. 3 days of incredible store-wide savings this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Genesis Diamonds, Shelbyville Road Plaza, on approved credit.
We're proud to partner with our favorite go-to caffeinated beverage, Focus. Not Focus with an F, but with a PH.
When the reality of COVID-19 hit, our friends at Focus donated over 200,000 cans of Focus to nearly 400 hospitals across the U.S. to keep those on the front lines fueled.
And good news, now you can find Focus at more Kroger's, Thornton's, Liquor Barn, and Party Mart, as well as all the usual spots like Rainbow Blossom, Heine Brothers, Paul's Fruit Market, and CVS.
Or save 15% when you use code ESPN15 at www.drinkfocus.com. Focus, Phocus. Try it today.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Listen, I only want people who really want a piece of Steve to come in here looking for him. I don't want to be in the middle guy instigating issues.
Fair enough.
But listen, Steve, you seem to bring out a lot of vitriol in the pro football world with the first segment.
I know.
So,
felt good.
Yeah, I was gonna say it felt good.
It felt good to get that off my chest. I needed to clear that out before we get into what we have to get into here.
Okay, so conversation, Steve. There are multiple ways to unwrap the news that Malik Williams will miss extended time. And by extended time, we're saying 12 weeks is the minimum.
Yeah.
Coach Mack errs on the side of caution a lot of times. So 12-week window, I wouldn't hold to that. I wouldn't say it couldn't be earlier. I wouldn't say, it's later, but I'd just say 12 weeks roundabout, but don't expect anything, don't expect any awesome news.
Because it's foot injury for one.
Right.
So that means
foot injury on somebody 6'11".
That means for 3 months he's not going to be doing very much. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the truth is he's not going to be doing very much. Yeah.
Right. So this is, you can unwrap it in the medical. Terms. You can unwrap it in the what do you do if you're.
I'm going to unwrap it as we just lost Malik Williams for the season.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, if that makes sense.
Foot injury. I believe is he getting a screw placed in it?
Yeah, it's surgery.
Another screw.
Yeah.
That would be another screw.
Yeah.
Because he does have one from his last foot injury.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, Texter. That is the injury. I agree with you. You've lost top defender Malik Williams for the year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you've lost a guy.
You may have not lost contributor Malik Williams, but the player, the high expectation, high side of your center, you've lost.
Well, you lost a guy. I thought Drew Diener did a good job this morning at saying you lost a guy, and we'll get into what this means here in a second, but we do have to acknowledge, I mean, you lost a guy that pretty much 80% of the time, I think Drew said 80% of the time you stand on the floor, you feel like you have an advantage at that position. I agree with that. I think with Malik in the game, I mean, even as far as like when you look at Kentucky, and Olivier Sarr, Malik's played very well against Olivier Sarr. He's had some of his best games, So, it's and I just use him because that's the first big man I think of on their schedule, But even my guy from Seton Hall,
you said his name yesterday.
Yeah, it's a foreign name, or it's a European name. Mm-hmm. But I mean, he's a guy Malik's played against.
Right now, you're talking about what you're losing.
Yeah, you're losing a guy who you feel pretty comfortable with about any big man you're going to play. Even if he's better than Malik, you're like, well, Malik can do some things here.
Right.
So, yeah. So, it's a massive loss.
He can hold his own defensively against any big man in the country.
Yeah, it's a massive loss.
We know he can hold his own against any big man in the country.
Yeah. He can at least hold his own. Yeah, for sure. So losing him, there's really no way to sugarcoat that one. I mean, that's a bad loss. That's one of the ones that if you would have said, give me two guys you can't lose, I don't know who the other guy would be, but he would definitely have been one of the two. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Because, I can argue like, well, I don't know, maybe Carlik could be a guy, but I don't, or David or somebody, but Malik would have been one of the two guys.
Okay, so the biggest loss, if we're ranking it, defense, leadership, or experience?
Well, I would say no. Actually, you're right. I'll say defense and experience, because defense in the fact that he's one of the better defensive big men in the country. Experience because you're on a team that doesn't have very much of it.
Big shots, big free throws. He has experience of being in big situations.
Carlik does, because Carlik's played some big games. Charles, he's played against Gonzaga, but that's really kind of it, So I wouldn't put him in that same. So I mean, Carlik has some big game experience, and of course you do have. I'm also a believer that I think sophomores don't get enough credit. I mean, like a guy like David Johnson played in some big time moments. I watched him take over a game against Virginia. I watched him take over a game in Duke. So I'd probably put him in there too.
Probably,
but Malik.
100%.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, but a lot of people would say, well, he's just a sophomore. Yeah, but I mean, that's a whole year of basketball.
Sophomore in basketball. Like, give me a break.
Sam is close because he's been in the games. But I mean, again, I've watched Sam and Cameron make a big play.
He hasn't been takeover guy as far as belief in himself, but he has been in those big games and he has gotten big buckets and big follow-ups.
But outside of those guys, it's pretty much not only low, it's kind of non-existent. So it's like there's no experience outside of that. So having Malik, was a big deal. Made you really comfortable with that top five.
Was your first five, starting five?
Yeah, my starting five. Yeah, that was what I was saying. I mean, just you felt, that's the one thing I always said going around here was I would say, look, I know their starting five is going to be good. Now we'll see what they develop And that's what I've been saying all along. Is I was like, I think we need 2 of those guys to develop, and then we can be a pretty good team.
Okay, that's what you feel.
That's what you lose.
You lose.
Now, can you still be a good team?
Are we waiting to go there? Are we still into what does the coaching staff feel like they lost?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think it all kind of goes together too. But yeah, coaching staff, that one's tougher to answer because I don't know what they know either. I know what we've heard as far as guys that have been playing well. I know they like guys. I know that Wisnitzer was going to not redshirt, but I don't think that's a direct answer. Aiden, you really haven't heard much of anything on. Jalen Withers looks to be the guy, in my opinion, that probably steps up and takes that.
Let's leave it with Malik.
Okay.
And I know I kind of knocked you off balance, kind of leaving it with Malik. But the reason I wanted to leave it with Malik is because this happens, and I don't want you to get sucked into it like everybody else, Steve.
Yeah.
Malik just got better and better and better in the last 72 hours.
Oh, 100%. Well, I almost said that a minute ago.
Again.
Yeah.
Malik just got better and better and better in 72 hours. Right?
Yeah.
He was an integral part of the system. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
He's a good player. But let's not make it the team survival was dependent on Malik Williams.
Yeah.
Because you can win games with Malik 6 and 7.
Yeah. Yeah.
6 and 7.
Yeah.
Malik, a lot of plays that Malik does that don't go recognized. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I 100% agree. Those are key things, but they're not irreplaceable things. Okay? They're things that matter, but they're not irreplaceable. So I didn't want to turn him into before we get deep into these conversations of what now. I wanted to make sure we had a good fresh vibe without the emotion of what Malik Williams is. Do yourself a favor, people. Go and again, this is not me walking back the contributions of Malik Williams at all. This is analyst, this is coach, this is former player, this is all these guys. Go back and watch. Let's just say if you just and again, this is not like investigative research. Malik Williams 2019-2020 highlights. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Just listen. U of L ACC Network has about a 6-minute YouTube clip up of everything, right?
Yeah.
Usually gets your dunks and your 3-pointers and just highlights. Okay, Malik's not a big scorer, right?
Right.
Free throws accounts for a good percentage of points. The 3-pointer, he didn't have a great shooting gear, but the threat, he hit some big shots, but the threat of him shooting is more what he brought to the table this last year. Okay? And then he got some under the basket stuff, right?
Right.
He didn't get his under the basket stuff like out jumping people, out athleticizing. He got most of his under the basket stuff with sticking to loose balls, for putbacks, being, boxing out, putbacks. And guess where almost all of his other plays came from? David Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back and look at that, people, you're going to notice all of his dunks and big plays, not all of them, but a whole lot of them, a big portion of them, David Johnson. Got in the lane. David Johnson got snatched a couple of times because he wasn't on the same page with Malik. Or you get to the basket and coaches tell you, you can't do that bounce pass. You can't do it. This is freshman David Johnson. But when he was getting to the basket, Malik was a great option for him.
Right.
And they had a good chemistry, right? But it wasn't really chemistry. It was David Johnson making those plays, setting. Once David Johnson started getting to that basket confident, he was setting Malik Williams up. The buckets Malik Williams were getting, his points that he was getting from David Johnson can be got by Aiden and Jalen and Wiz. Mm-hmm. They're all capable of drop step or catch the ball, go vertical. Sometimes you have to simplify a lot of things. It's like having a Montrez or a. I'm trying to think of somebody who's a little more offensively challenged, but they can do one thing. They can catch it and go right up.
Right.
Montrez, of course, we use him because he's just the perfect example of just one job. You have one job, right?
Right.
But if Aiden's a one job guy, David Johnson and Carly can get the most out of him. Right? If he's a one job guy, Gabe can shoot free throws and can be a one job guy on the offensive end. Right? I'm not saying on the defensive end they can replace at all what Malik does. That's fair. But the offensive end, we can.
I agree with that. Yeah.
So moving forward without him, let's recalibrate. Like, you're losing him on the defensive end, which means coach is going to have to make some adjustments defensively. But it's not a hole.
It's time for Wiz to shine.
That too. Mm-hmm. It's not an unfillable position.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
okay.
I agree.
So now let's go forward to how do you start adjusting?
Yeah.
And what are the odds that they're going to be able to adjust, in your opinion?
Well, see, I'm 1,000% with you on that. By the way, that's pretty sure that's a Kentucky fan. So, but
I'm curious. I was curious about that. I didn't actually click on it.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing. I agree with you on the offensive end. Now, I do defensively. That's going to be a Coach Mack thing. That's going to be a can you modify this pack line to
and keep in mind, Malik wasn't a shot blocker. Coach Mack didn't really like shot blocking unless you know you can challenge it.
No, absolutely.
Without fouling.
Yeah, no.
I mean, we would agree with that.
Sure. So, I mean, is what you're going to have to do defensively because, and the reason why I'm going straight to defensively is because I think you're right offensively. I mean, you're not losing a ton.
Listen, other than that go-to move on the offensive end that Malik has, what does he have? It's a trick question. He doesn't have a go-to offensive move.
No. Three-pointer.
That's his go-to offensive move.
Yeah.
The three-pointer.
Yeah.
Nothing down low.
Yeah.
His highlight had 2 jump hooks. Think about it. 6'10", 6'11". Your whole highlight package is two jump hooks from kind of 10 to 12 feet away in the middle.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's arguing the offense or defensive side because I don't think anybody would say offensively is what's terrifying you now with this because from what you expect now again Louisville this year is unfortunately doing a lot of what Kentucky has to do on a yearly basis. We're projecting what can this guy do, and this guy do, you know? So it's like you feel like you've got guards that are good enough to get my big men in position to score the basketball.
Yes.
That's what you were saying, essentially.
Yes.
And I agree with that. So offensively, I'm not real worried about that. Defensively, I think Coach Mack is going to have to most likely, with his pack line, do something a little different. Now, one thing you said there was important was Malik's not a shot blocker. So that is one thing. Again, now I'm openly admitting here, I'm looking for ways to fix this right now. Okay, so you could counter me with, well, this is okay, but I'm telling you right now, my conversation at this moment,
know. Can it be fixed?
It's trying to fix it.
Can it be fixed, and how would you fix it?
Yeah,
you know.
So not downplaying anything Malik's done or whatever, but okay. So Malik is not a shot blocker. Okay, well that's a positive. Not. I mean, I don't think it's positive because I miss shot blockers, but Coach Mack doesn't do shot blockers for whatever reason. So. So that's one thing that doesn't need to be replaced. So now I say, okay, do I have guys that are strong enough to wall up on somebody? I think Aiden can. Problem with Aiden is, from everything we've kind of heard, is he tends to get lost defensively. That's not good. But I do think if it's man on man, he can wall up on most people. I watched him wall up on Steve last year in the red-white game. Steve just went over top of him, that hook. I mean, there wasn't much he could do. But Jalen Withers.
I didn't log in, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Well, Jalen Withers is another guy. I mean, and let me say, a couple people have asked, I think Jalen Withers will be the starter. I think that's who will start at center. I think that'll be the answer now for sure.
Okay, are you saying with Malik out, are we gonna describe this lineup as 3 guard, 2 center, or 3 guard, 2 forward, or traditional?
But, kind of. But let's not turn Jalen into 6'7" wing. He's about 6'9".
Right.
He's a pretty good sized dude. He's not your typical 6'11" guy, but we're talking about a 6'9" guy with a 7'1" wingspan.
Brian, tell me who you got.
Yeah,
right there.
we didn't log in.
Andy.
Let me hit that phone line, Steve.
Yeah.
Andy, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So what you're saying, I kind of wanted to make a comment about this. To me, Aiden Nagahan seems like the absolute best athlete on the court. Like, he's the best track and field star you've ever seen. He'd win the high jump. He'd win the long jump. He'd powerlift everybody in the gym, and he'd outrun everybody in the gym. But can we convert that to basketball skill? And can he, I don't want to say calm down, but tone it down a little bit, because he looks like the guy that can't use finesse but has to go 200 miles an hour all the time. And I'll get your comments. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
That's what coaching is.
Because I don't disagree with what he said there.
Yeah.
I think defensively, that's why he gets lost. Because I think he's trying to guard everything.
He had expectations of coming here as a one and done.
Sure. Most kids do in the top 50. Yeah.
You don't start when you don't start game one, you end up trying to force everything you do for the rest of the year. Like, that's a fact.
Well, and Aiden, we'll see. We'll see how this affects Aiden too. That's something, it's very easy to go to the, well, what if he's terrible? Okay, well, fine. I'm understanding that, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of that done today, specifically from 36 on the other station. But I think that, what about if he is good? Let's say this affects him in a way.
Good.
Well, let's say
mean effective.
Well, yeah. Let's say when Coach Mack gave him the call and said, "Hey, Malik's out."
Listen, if I told you, this would be no surprise to you whatsoever. If I told you Aiden on Monday morning had the best, they had the weekend off. Aiden had the best practice since he's been here.
No surprise. I expect it.
And why would it be no surprise?
Because there's just a different energy when you're getting ready to play. When you're preparing to play, you're going to practice harder, and the opportunity's there, and the minutes are there, and that you're one of the candidates for those minutes. You're going to give more effort. When he comes into practice and he sees a Malik Williams ahead of him, he knows that his best case scenario is whatever, 15 to 20 minutes. But when he knows that if I come out and play and practice, hey, I could earn 25 to 30 minutes if I really start playing well. So, I think there's more on the line in his mind.
This will be the best big man practice of the year.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of my point there is
at my size today, if I'm David Johnson, I'm in there posting people up.
Marcus,
everybody's going to turn into a big man today.
What you're saying, though, is true to an extent. And you're being serious and funny all at the same time. But here's the thing. Let's take big man out of it. What if I say it like this? A spot in a starting 5 just opened up.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
November 9th.
Yeah, to kind of what Brian's saying. Everybody put that jersey on in practice today, and they went, other than, like I said, Carleek and David, I've made this joke before, but I'm serious. They're the two. They're like, I'm starting. Coach like, I'm mad at y'all today. Yeah, all right. Well, shut up. You're going to start me anyways. They're the only two, though. I think we all agree they can do that.
I don't know. You see what I did to Jordan last year?
Yeah, I know. Really? Yeah, when you benched him and put him in 32 seconds into the game.
And we got wasted?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're going to play me. But and neither one of them guys, I don't think, have an issue. But
no, yeah, that was a
plus,
that was a hypothetical joke.
Looking back on it now, I think Jordan got in trouble for something else. So great kid though. I do love Jordan.
They're young men.
But still, I think now you're looking. Somebody saying, "Hey, man, like this is a spot in the starting five."
I think you're right, and my thing is we're talking about Aiden, and you're talking about Gabe Wisnitz, and you're immediately going to the big men, and I agree that all. Okay, sorry, I know something happened here.
Yeah, I saw it on the text line.
You want me to go ahead and finish my point?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I think that it's right. The big men are going to get more opportunities. Aiden Agahan, Wisnitzer, these are two guys that are going to get more minutes. And obviously bringing in Wisnitzer now looks a lot better because he might actually get some playing time this year. But I think everybody picks up more minutes. Look at a guy like Minlin. I think he sees this as an opportunity to nab minutes. Why are you all laughing at me so hard? Never mind, I just saw it.
This is phenomenal,
man.
Okay, I just saw what you all said.
The take is gonna suck because y'all literally got nothing to make fun of now. Like, because we're like we have nothing. Like,
what rummage curse, man?
What are you gonna do? Like, Louisville stinks. Yeah, I know. They're not gonna win a game. I know.
Okay, Steve, you quarterback this one.
I got nothing.
No, you quarterback this one.
Charles Minlin's out 6 weeks.
Okay,
now.
I totally just saw what you guys, and it completely negates what I was about to say because I was about to say this affects other guys because other guys like Minlin and these guys are going to pick up more minutes.
All right.
Now I think you. But another point that I was going to go before y'all get on the Minlin
Brian,
talk.
you're being way too analytical now. Like, just look here. Welcome to Middays with Marcus Maben. Let's just try to survive until February and see what happens. That's the new show.
So yeah, Minlin's out 6 weeks.
You just gonna pout, Steve?
Okay, here's what I was going to go to, though. What do you think about being more of an undersized lineup? Because we don't think that – God, I'm being serious on this point. That still is relevant even with Minlin out. So, we're not sure if Aiden Agahan or Gabe Wisnitzer is really ready for the type of minutes that we need out of a big man. So are we going to see Jalen Withers and Quinn Slazinski possibly start together and play more of an undersized lineup like that?
Maybe.
So here's what's going on. People. Steve is listening to Brian like y'all listen.
As news is breaking.
Yes. Like y'all listen to me when I try to analyze some bad teams that we've had in the past. Steve is hurting on the inside right now, right? And Brian is talking about, okay, let's handle it. This is what we do. This is where we move, right? Brian has no idea how hurt Steve is right now.
No, I know, but
no. I just wanted to explain to you the dynamics that were.
Oh yeah, the whole dynamics was me trying to talk as Minlin breaks. The two guys are looking at me in the opposite room, just laughing because I'm talking about Minlin getting more minutes, and I have no idea what's going on. Andy walks in the room, puts down
I bet he probably sprinted up here. I bet he couldn't wait to tell that story.
Mid story, mid sentence, my Minlin story is irrelevant. So I'm sitting here like, guys, I'm trying to build the foundation under this.
Okay, I'll say. Listen, how about this? I'll say. So I heard in the last couple of days, Dre Davis may be in the starting lineup.
No. I want you to start right here, Steve.
Now I know why.
I want you to go down the text line, and I want you to start it. And I just want people to feel the text line energy, just so y'all know what we're working with here. We are working with. Okay, cool. Guy Don says on the YouTube channel, he says self-imposed. Brian says Midland is now out for 6 weeks with an injury. Here we go. Dang, did Patino come back?
Somebody said, WTF is going on? Could this be a personal training issue with these injuries occurring? Or is it just me? Or it sounds like they're saying, is that just me? One person I've loved since watching his highlights and his IQ is Quinn. Okay, so that's good. Postseason ban agreement with the NCAA right now. Punt on 2020. Coach Mack hurts all our players.
I got a question. What happened in practice over the weekend? Coach, let's take it easy on him, dude. We get 2 guys out for multiple months.
Charles Minlin out 6 weeks. Next man up mentality. All right. Well, 6 weeks isn't a terribly long time.
Just a month and a half. And all you're out of the conference schedule.
He's not here until about Christmas.
You should be coming back right after the Kentucky game. Steve, you ain't living right.
I can't believe Brady played that crappy yesterday. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, so Midland's out now. So, look, you want to see young guys play. You're going to get it now.
You remember when you watched Dak stink it up and you said, I caused the Tony Romo injury personally.
Yeah.
You remember you saying that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like the Louisville fan base energy caused the Midland injury and the Malik injury simultaneously?
Man. Well, I mean, because realistically now, I mean, what I was telling you this morning, I mean, now I think you're probably Carleek, David, Sam, Dre Davis will probably start at the 4 now. I do believe that. And
Dre Davis cannot start the 4.
Well, he's going to be. So go ahead and go ahead and deal with that.
Texas says, "Can we get Sar?"
Right. And Jalen will be at the 5. So that's going to be your starting lineup now. Yeah. So the MTE, let's get out of that. Got 5 games.
What do you mean get out? Like what's the rest to get out of it? No, that's actually where you want to be for the rest of your life.
No, I'm saying let's get out of that with some wins.
Season needs to be the MTE.
Quinn will be coming off the bench. Josh,
hopefully improved in the offseason.
Yep.
Pfizer has a vaccine that's 90% effective.
Thank God. Thank God. I don't even really like sports, to be honest with you. Now that I think about it, I don't really. Sports are not enjoyable for me.
Texas says so. Football this weekend.
I'm starting to learn that. So yeah, let's get back to. Somebody said I wouldn't project. Yeah, y'all gonna have to text in. Thank y'all so much, man. We're getting a ton of texts. I appreciate y'all right now. With the talk of Aiden wasn't out and still recovering. Can we get SAR? Good point. Guys, speaking of setting out postseason, when will we hear about those allegations? We'll go to that here in a little bit. That's a good one. Yeah, go. That's perfect.
Go
Thank
commit
you,
a violation on behalf of the school.
Yeah. Is it a sign that shows that this team is going to play extremely physical? I like that. Now that's a very good middays with Marcus Maven. Okay, somebody's got Withers, Slazinski, Williamson, Johnson, and Jones with Nickelberry, Aiden, Trainer, and Davis coming off the bench.
Trainer's going to get a lot more minutes, I think, out of this bunch.
I said Demling had Dre Davis starting at the 4. I bet he did. Now, no wonder. Yeah.
Optimism.
Yeah, we're good. Next man up.
You going to read that one?
Which one?
Go over to the right.
Okay.
To the right.
Okay.
Down.
Yeah. Wait a second. So we aren't playing the governor at 5 anymore? It's fair. Yeah.
I'm ready.
It's 11. Are we going to break? Are we going to break, Brian? Or are we just going to sit here all day?
He's in a bad mood now.
Are we just going to sit here all day? And it's like,
listen,
I need a break.
This is what happened, people. I just let Steve get it all out, and I'm going to tell you the real truth after this break. Listen, Steve's just moody right now. Brian's just moody right now.
Plus, aggressive zero-interest financing and an expanded selection of gorgeous all-new designer jewelry. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, new engagement rings too. Turn your 2020 challenge into a 2020 celebration with something special from Genesis. 3 days of incredible store-wide savings this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Genesis Diamonds, Shelbyville Road Plaza, on approved credit.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings? 4 pegs. Looking for juicy barbecue and award-winning chili? 4 pegs. If you're just looking for some cold crab, tap, can, or bottled beer, 4 pegs. And the best part about 4 pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because the word is spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about their food truck and other catering services.
Here's what you missed on The Drive with Mark Ennis.
Again, I think the disappointing part about the game, Mark, is you can point to the obvious issues with the defense, and you still gained 570 yards. Like, you outgained them. The turnovers, they have just killed this team, and I think it's the combination of both things. That they turn the ball over, and they don't turn teams over.
The Drive, weekdays 3 to 6 on 93.9 The Ville.
Mark Ennis here, telling you about my friends at Bosch Lawn Care. For the past few years, I've trusted Bosch Lawn Care with my yard maintenance at my house. That's mowing, weed eating, trimming bushes, cleaning mulch installation, and much more. Get yourself out of hours of work in the yard when you could be kicking back and enjoying time with your family and friends. Call 833-2GET-CUT. That's 833-243-8288, or visit them online at BoschLawnCare.com. Trust the lawn experts I trust. They're professional, affordable. Bosch Lawn Care.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player Award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back, thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life, and if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial #LAW on your cell phone. That's #529, offices Louisville.
Hey, all you sports fans and dog lovers out there, Brian Hall here. When it's time for the big game, big fans need big TVs, and sometimes you may even want to bring your dog. And at Double Dogs, you can do both and even satisfy those big appetites. With choices like Black Angus burgers, wings tossed in homemade sauces, and dog bowl nachos. Double Dogs will make sure you get the fuel you need at lunch or dinner while never having to miss a game. So whether you have 2 legs or 4, you can cheer on and chow down at Double Dogs. Located in
An
Middletown
official
Commons.
broadcast partner of the University of Louisville.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville.
WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville. Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning, I'm Brian Hull. The Sports Center update brought to you by Beer Nose Pizza. Yeah, it's that good. Some major news dropped over the weekend for the Cards basketball team as senior big man Malik Williams announced via his Instagram that he will be out of action for the next 12 weeks due to a foot injury. He is currently on track for a mid-January return. And the bad news wasn't only just over the weekend, as it continues to break today. And now forward Charles Minlin is out 6 weeks as well. Moving on to football, the Cards returned to practice on Sunday evening after a 5-day absence, and all the players and staff tested negative for COVID-19. Their makeup game with Virginia is currently on schedule to take place on Saturday. The Cavaliers open as 2.5-point favorites, and that game is set to kick off at 3:30, which you'll be able to catch on the ACC network. But be sure to catch all our pregame coverage leading you up to game time and immediately following the game for the postgame show. Moving on to the Kentucky side, the Cats have opened as 17-point favorites in their upcoming matchup against Vanderbilt following their bye. That game is set to kick off at noon in Lexington, and you'll be able to catch it on the SEC network. But be sure to catch all the post-game coverage on our sister station, ESPN 680. Sticking with college football, but moving on to Indiana, they have entered the top 10 in the latest polls for the first time in over half a century, following their 38-21 victory over Michigan on Saturday. That win over the Wolverines was also their first win over Michigan in 33 years. Moving on to the NFL, in yesterday's action, the Baltimore Ravens defeated the Indianapolis Colts 24-10, and Lamar Jackson had 170 yards through the air, and he added a rushing touchdown. Don't forget that ESPN Louisville's your exclusive home for the NFL this season, and you'll be able to catch tonight's Monday Night Football matchup between the New England Patriots and the New York Jets, starting at 7:30 on our sister station, ESPN 680. And last but certainly not least, Kentucky Derby winner Authentic picked up the win at Saturday's Breeder Cup in Lexington. Meanwhile, favorite Improbable finished second, and Belmont winner Tiz the Law came in 6th. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marcus Maven is next. This is SportsCenter.
Hey guys, golfing season is back, and what better way to celebrate than with a round at Wooded View Golf Course in Clarksville. Located just minutes from downtown Louisville off Veterans Parkway and I-65, Wooded View Golf Course is convenient and affordable. Wooded View also features a pro shop, lounge, and an outdoor patio to relax for before and after your round. Schedule your tee time today at woodedviewgc.com. Again, that's woodedviewgc.com.
Here's what you missed on the Diener Show.
They fought back. I mean, it does tell you what they think of, what the players think of the coaching staff. That they're going to play for them. They're going to play hard, because it would have been very easy to fold a 21-0. We're never going to stop them on defense. It's tough to be upset at the loss. At the same time, I don't want to say moral victory. I need another term for what this is. So I don't know. I am so perplexed on how to deal with this loss.
Weekday morning, 7 to 10 on 93.9 The Ville, ESPN 680 and 105.7.
Hi, I'm Steve Mercer. Join me on 93.9 The Ville or the ESPN Louisville app every Saturday morning from 8 to 9 a.m. to discuss outdoor living and gardening. Each week, we will be discussing how to create your outdoor living space and discuss all things involving gardening. Check out our website, www.prestongreenhouse.com, for more information.
Something on your mind? Hit us up on the UPS Jobs text line, 3831-939.
We're proud to partner with our favorite go-to caffeinated beverage, Focus. Not Focus with an F, but with a PH.
When the reality of COVID-19 hit, our friends at Focus donated over 200,000 cans of Focus to nearly 400 hospitals across the U.S. to keep those on the front lines fueled.
And good news, now you can find Focus at more Kroger's, Thornton's, Liquor Barn, and Party Mart, as well as all the usual spots like Rainbow Blossom, Heine Brothers, Paul's Fruit Market, and CVS.
Or save 15% when you use code ESPN15 at www.drinkfocus.com. Focus, P-H-O-C-U-S. Try it today.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Okay. I could let everybody I could let everybody run to Kroger and buy up all the toilet paper.
Yeah, because I've got about 7 packs right now, so help me out.
Or I can get you to calm down on the state.
I've got wipes.
You got Lysol and all that good stuff.
I really squirted a little bit in my mouth, actually.
I'm trying to be a smart ass.
Wish I hadn't done that.
Okay. You're taking this a little
terrible.
too serious.
No, that was terrible.
Okay. Before our rash of injuries, right?
Okay.
A winning season, a real winning season, when you talked about Final Fours and you talked about, big-time teams. Big-time team. Like, if this team is going to be a big-time team, don't get revisions right now, Steve.
Okay.
Tell me what guy you said last week was going to make all the difference.
Carly Jones.
Before then, you said, okay, Carly Jones will give us a good season. Last week, you say, but you know who are really, really making a special season? If they really, just were playing behind some guys last year and maybe they are the goods, it was a different player. It wasn't Carly Jones. Who was it?
David Jones.
Nope. It was
Sam Williamson.
It was Sam Williamson.
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was reading about mandates.
That's the guy you said takes you from whatever weekend to next weekend.
Yeah, Sam.
If you went.
Absolutely. I did say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all of your tournament success so far and all of your real team success so far.
I like where your head's at.
Was Carleek and Sam.
Yeah.
And then you said, Steve, before Carleek and Sam, you know what you said? I mean, if David Johnson just stays on course to be what we need him to be, that's what we need to have a great year, Steve. Right? So before today, your entire success of the season depended on David Johnson first. I mean, we've changed the rankings, based on what we heard or whatever. But your season, and these three have been interchangeable, but they've been the reason for your success. David Johnson, Carleek Jones, and Sam Williamson.
My wife. Did you see Charles Nedlin's out? Yeah, babe. I'm doing sports radio. Thanks.
Go save some lives or something.
yeah.
Don't you have something better to do?
Yeah, I did see it. Okay. Yeah, but no, your point is, well, okay.
Sam, David, Carleek. We penciled in Malik just because.
Aren't we missing our center too? Yes. Yes, babe.
What do you?
Stop texting
me, Steve.
Well, we've been talking for about 20 minutes now.
Aren't we missing our center too? Yeah, we are.
Don't do that, Brian.
Everybody's just a little frustrated today, all right?
No, the police are coming.
Everybody's a little on edge.
No, now the police are about to answer Marcus Mabin's iPhone emergency help me alert.
That would be the perfect thing to happen today.
That's awesome.
But back to the original point.
Okay, but your point, I'm being funny, but your point is serious.
Malik was penciled in as captain guy, as leadership guy, you know what I'm saying? As anchor guy, Just be Malik.
Yeah.
Malik's out. We started saying, okay, we're going to need 3 people each to fill in, possibly 3 or 4 people, each to bring something that Malik, we're going to lose with Malik. But with these 3 people, we also gained some athleticism. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Probably some, some speed, maybe some strength. But Malik's more grown man strength, so I won't do that. I'll just say we gained athleticism and we probably gained some health. Malik went out a lot. Malik is a limper too, right? Like kind of like Mikhail.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
are we gonna have Malik today? He took a spill in practice. We're holding him out of practice. Remember last year?
No, I know.
Malik was out a lot of practices.
No, it's been most every year he's played. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's missed time in every
What
year.
if I tell you, you lose that defense and captain guy stuff, communication, right? But you gain athleticism, right? And you gain consistency in practice lineups, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everything feels disastrous, Steve. But does that lineup outside of two games?
Yeah.
Out of conference.
Right.
Do you really feel like you lost what's going to be the reason you win?
I mean, Kentucky probably.
Yeah. Kentucky.
Yeah.
Wisconsin. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you don't feel like you lost the reasons you're going to win.
Right.
At all.
I agree.
You need some good coaching. You need to coach him up.
Yeah.
You need to be a good coach. But you didn't lose your core.
Right.
And if you don't lose your core, game on.
Yeah.
Period.
Sure. I agree.
Those are injuries. Those aren't season cancelers.
Right. But here, okay.
I got Carleek, David, and Sam. I should be able to go win.
I agree, but hear me out. Okay. Take a ban this year. You get everybody to agree to come back. Written, notarized contracts. What do you want me to do, Marcus? Here's what I agree with what you're saying.
I'm serious, Steve.
You are serious.
If I field the team, with Carleek, David, and Sam, I should be able to win most of my games.
I don't totally disagree early, but here's the thing.
My experience is there.
Do you feel like you beat Western?
Yes.
You feel like you can beat Western with this team?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I'm asking. I'm not being facetious here.
I do, because the other stuff that you don't have is a Mac job. Listen, your big man, your Malik thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, we pay coaches to 1-3-1 it when they lose a guy. Mm-hmm. We pay coaches to decide, hey, Aiden, I need Aiden's offensive energy and toughness. In order to put Aiden in a better position, we switch everything down low.
Sure.
I think
I agree with you, but Western's going to have the best big man that we see all season.
I think Coach Mack is a good coach.
It might be a little much, Brian.
Okay, but close. He's a projected first-round pick.
He'll be the best big man in the MTE.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Listen. I don't see do you feel like he's going to dominate Louisville? Like a big I asked you this question yesterday. What big man did we
Texter, I'm being facetious on the self-imposing.
What big man did we struggle with last year? Okay. Listen, we never really struggled with the big man, right? But a big man had good numbers, here and there. But did you ever feel like we couldn't stop a big? And keep in mind, we don't have shot blockers. We have wall up guys. So when you got wall up guys, your job is to make them shoot over the top of you.
Mm-hmm.
Tough shots, but not contested jumping in the air stuff, right?
Right. So
the difference between 6'9.5" and 6'10.5" is not that different when your style of play is tough, everybody, 5 guys in the paint, rebound city. So his style, Mac's style, is coached to we don't do big man against big man.
No, I do agree with that.
Working.
I do agree with that.
So
and let's be clear. What is just Brian? You got a calendar or here? I can do it actually. It would probably be easier because I can pull up this calendar here. Real quick, we're talking 6 weeks. That would bring Charles Minlin back. December 7th. So Charles Minlin will most likely be back for the Kentucky game.
Thanks for taking that out of the panic world.
Okay. Yeah, I will say that. So, I mean, 6 weeks.
Oh, listen.
Because even if it's 7 or 8 weeks, he would be back.
Okay. Texter. Maven, you're trying to polish a very big, smelly pile of horse crap with this angle. You are attempting to sell us.
At least you didn't get called the B word.
No. Go up. I wanted to see their previous text. Could you go back to that one? Add to the injured list Josh Nickelberry with Sam, who have yet to practice, down to scholarships, players currently active. I would look before that. I wouldn't. You got to go with one more. I wouldn't project starting lineups at this point. Still 2+ weeks of practice before a game.
I agree.
Go up. If there is ever a time to self-impose and punt, right now. All players given an extra year. So you start your chain with self-imposed punt on the year stuff. Why the hell do you care about my opinion about the players that you need to be successful? I'm not worried about Sam Williamson not knowing the plays, not knowing the system. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I know I'm getting him back at game time,
yeah,
right now, which is I do know that. I know I'm getting Sam.
Yeah,
I know I'm getting David. I know I'm getting Carter. I know what it's like. Okay. I'm telling you, three guards that can play can play.
Okay, but truthfully, losing turd polishing. It's kind of funny, but I'm a child. But
it's kind of funny.
I know it is kind of funny, but still, would you agree? Losing Minlin and Malik, the goal is now to outscore people. No, I mean I'm asking, no. So I'm okay with that being a no. I'm not. Yeah.
No, my style doesn't change completely. Like I said,
and text her real quick. A couple people, I saw 2 texts that's asked us that are just tuning in. Malik Williams out for 12 weeks. Charles Minlin's out for 6 weeks. Williamson and Nickelberry are just getting back to practice.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Right.
This week. So yeah. So that's kind of to catch texters up there just tuning in.
Oh, okay. Because here's the thing. To me, Minlin is depth long term.
Mm-hmm.
I think early depth is not the early in the season fresh. Everybody's fresh.
Like, now that is a good point.
Minlin's my depth guy.
Yeah.
He's my tough. He's my Dwayne. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I should be able to put him on anybody. But again, 6 weeks puts you at December 7th. You start rolling November
25th. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Now that is why I wanted.
That's a senior grad transfer.
I wanted to bring that up because I was wanting to point out, like, Charles Minlin really is only going to miss about 3 weeks of the season. Now here's the thing though. He will miss the MTE. He will miss the Wisconsin game. So
that sucks.
Yeah, that's a pretty good portion. But when you hear 6 weeks, let's remember that's 6 weeks from Thursday. I mean that's not 6 weeks from the 25th.
Right, for when the season starts.
Yeah. So he will be back. So you kind of that one I'm kind of calming back down on a little bit.
Sucks.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah.
That's
now Malik, I still think you look at him as out for the season.
Right.
Yeah, because even if he comes back late February, he's only going to be able to give you so much.
No, and again, listen.
I mean, now don't get me wrong. I'll take him back.
Of course.
I mean, because there's no red shirt reason with it being an extra year of eligibility. Right. So by all means, if we can get him back for the tournament, let's get him back.
Right. Oh, but I still say, you add athleticism. You add some things too with Malik. When you force coaches to put some other guys in, you know what I'm saying? You add some.
Texter, the things I would give up for Jordan Ward to come back right now, I won't say on air because it'd be disgusting. And I'd never recover from it. My career would probably be over.
No, but
keep going.
But here's the thing. No, but Jordan, I didn't like Jordan's transition skills. So it's time for him to move on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even take Jordan back. You know what? Because listen, Jordan's attitude and his scorer's mentality was kind of harmful long term to the team. Actually, him and Steven. I wouldn't even take him back if they came to my office.
See, now you're being silly. Don't listen to Dave for that. Don't be making jokes.
I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, don't be doing stuff like that.
Because look, one person thinks I'm serious.
I know.
Pops War and Pops Enoch
I know.
are like, dude, I'm not in the mood, Marcus.
So let me ask you a question, just point blank forward. I'm asking Marcus Maben right now, and it's a tough question. But this is one where I'm like, yeah, but you've watched enough film, you need to figure this one out and give me an answer. Can J.J. Traynor help at all?
See, there's a problem with that question.
Okay.
Marcus says yes, right?
Because I think that's a big point going forward.
Marcus says yes, but Marcus, who has witnessed Coach Mac's reluctancy to...
Well, he's going to have to get over that crap. Like that. Listen, it's his third year.
I thought you were asking me, Steve.
I know. I am. But look, this is your third year, man. And listen, you've been great to us, and we talk and all that stuff. But like that's out the window now. You got to figure this one out, bro.
Coach Mac's.
So I'm not playing that game.
Reluctance to roll with the.
He probably gets it. The way I talked to him on the air, he probably gets as angry as I did with that texter earlier. Can you imagine me and Coach Mack and hearing Steve Rummage say, I ain't playing that crap this year? You're going to have to get these kids in the game. You not getting these kids in the game last year is why I'm in the position I am this year. So you're going to have to get these kids in the game. Or else.
Or else what?
I'm going to come on here every day and be very pissed off. I'm not angry. I'm pissed off.
What are you going to do?
That's what I'm going to be. Yeah. What movie is that from? I'm not angry. I'm pissed off.
I was just trying to think of
I know.
I want the let's not put J.J. Traynor
down the same path as Aiden. Let's just expect him. Well, yeah, and I agree, Texter. Like, and that's why I was asking Marcus, and I did cut you off there. So you get back to that. But I mean, that's why I'm asking you. Can he be a help? Because with all the depth, we were kind of like, did I just hit that? No, you good. Oh, okay.
No, I think so.
With all the depth and stuff, it was kind of like, yeah, you didn't care because it was like, well, any help he can give us, cool.
Is that text afraid of Traynor having expectations?
Was it Neighbors?
I don't know. It might have been. No, I'm not angry. I'm pissed off. It was like, hey, I'll figure it out.
Stanley on Friday. Stay up. Freaking no, that wasn't it.
But it was a Stanley type character, though.
No, listen. Again.
Because I do think Dre Davis can help.
Yeah,
that's me.
Right.
But I've thought that when we were fully together.
But listen, Dre Davis is like last week when we had Shannon Russell on, when we asked perfect player.
Yeah.
Did you hear her response?
Yeah.
I was like, Shannon, of course that's his perfect player.
Yeah.
Dre Davis is like in that direction of mold.
I totally agree.
Yeah. So Dre Davis, look, Charles Minlin is your OG version of Dwayne Sutton. Dre Davis is your freshman version of Dwayne Sutton.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if it's a skill set that jumps off the page, but dude, he's tenacious. He's tenacious. He runs his mouth. He's competitive. Those guys, competitive fire gets you on the court faster than anything with Coach. Mm-hmm. He doesn't like loaf. I'm sorry, I don't mean loafers.
Yeah, right.
He hated Darius Perry, and I'm saying hated as he's critical of these players. Hated is just the joking way of
y'all get what we mean on that. Yeah.
He hated Darius's.
I'm sure
body
he loves
language.
everyone.
His body language.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about it. Darius's body language moved up the ladder on Coach Mac's angry meter game by game. I understand your
of course he had a former player go in and kind of, before the season even started, kind of pointed out to him how dare he sacks in the huddle.
No, that was a conversation. That's kind of back and forth. That wasn't. It wasn't an independent opinion. That was.
It's your fault.
Maybe. Was I wrong though?
No, I totally agree.
So you're saying I predisposed him?
Yes. Yeah, you were the reason for that.
Which means my opinion matters.
Yeah.
The point we're still getting to is JJ has to be in the right position off the ball all the time. If he can do that.
Well, listen, that's why I'm asking you. Listen, this is why you're on the air, dude.
Yeah.
Tell me, can he do that? Listen,
I don't
forget me.
I don't think he gets the opportunity.
It's middays with Marcus, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think JJ Traynor even gets that opportunity.
Really?
Yeah. I think his mistakes are going to be held a little harsher on him.
Why? Because size? I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
It's like once you made a great point. When there's kind of a preconceived notion that somebody has this weakness, then whenever that weakness happens with you, it's like being called a fumbler.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody calls you a fumbler, but you're not really a fumbler, but you end up fumbling a ball, there could be somebody who's big and strong and could fumble the ball more than you, Steve.
Yeah.
But they're not going to be a fumble. It's going to be the skinnier running back. It's like, I just think he's a fumbler because his arms aren't big and, stuff like that. And then Javian Hawkins, he's not strong. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude.
Look how red my ears are. Like my blood pressure is probably unhealthily.
That's why you have one of those eye watches.
No, it's insane. Like, yeah, I need to go sit in an ice bath. I'm so angry. Or just so built up.
What's the anger?
Not angry, just so like.
No, okay, what are you most anxious about? Did the Midland make you the most anxious?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Because I think I had already talked myself into, because make no mistake about it, I get what you're saying with Western, but Western can beat you.
Yeah.
Seton Hall can beat you.
Yeah.
Seton Hall has their European big man back. 100%. They got Bryce Aiken. Like, I mean, these are teams that can beat you. UNCG can now beat you. We joked with Rutherford a little bit about that, but I mean, like now, I mean, they are a team because they're not a bad team. They're a team that can beat you if you don't show up. Wisconsin can beat you. Kentucky most likely now will beat you if you're missing a bunch of guys.
But here's the thing, Steve. When these situations, when a situation is closer to giving me clarity, I enjoy it for myself. I enjoy it for the coaches. You isolate people to see, okay, now I get a chance to see who can play. Okay, when you have a full...
I am excited about that.
Yeah, when you have a full roster, listen, it was exciting to see I'm telling you, Steve, and if you deny this, or if anybody you know or anybody listening denies this, you watching your guys out there with a weak staff or I'm sorry, a defense that was skeleton. You enjoyed the isolated. Now I get to see who this guy is. Now I get to see who can play. Now I get to see, is it Coach Brown? Like, what is he drawing up with a skeleton crew?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't. There's no. Oh, that guy is just a whatchamacallit, an athlete who's getting it done on his own. And no. With a skeleton crew, this is what our defense looked like. This is what blah, blah, blah. Okay. Isolated early season. I already know Midland can play a little bit. I know Malik can play a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Now I get to watch coaching. I get to watch David Johnson be depended on. Carleek be depended on. Sam be depended on.
Yeah.
I get to watch them for a couple of games. They stink it up. Then I'm like, okay, I know. This is what I need moving forward. I know what Coach Matt can do. So while I can be panicked like the masses, I say no. It's not great it's not a great thing, but I'm personally excited about saying, okay, I want to see if Coach Matt can adapt.
Listen, I'll play that game.
Or how he adapts.
Except I'm not even going to a little bit. I was going to say with that. I will say this, though. I'm excited, yes, to see, because now you're about to see, do you have a Hall of Famer? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a potential Hall of Famer. Like, do you have a guy that can take this and go, okay, we can win some games here still? The other thing I am excited to see.
How stubborn you are.
Right. There's a lot of newcomers on this team. I am looking forward to, because again, I will say this isn't a full death sentence with these players. I don't know if death sentence is the right word, but I mean, Charles Minlin, you get him back pretty quick. He'll be full strength for ACC play. Like, you've got him back. Malik, you'll get back for the tournament, probably. But I don't know how much help he'll be. Yeah. So, but you still might have his body, for the tournament. I am looking forward in this MTE to watching some of these guys play that I don't know that we would have saw.
I want to see you manufacture. Listen, our Xavier stats that we came in, you always got a good offense. You know how to put up points.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now I get to see it.
Yeah.
I listen, say what you want. I think Louisville should feel like they have the better, even with Malik out, their talent should be able to beat Western.
Yeah.
A good coach, a talented team without Charles Minlin.
Yeah.
And Malik. It's going to take some good coaching.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with asking for good coaching. Of course, I know if I was coach, I would be like, oh, without Malik and without Charles, that was our whole season was dependent on that.
Yeah.
So then after I win, I'm like, these guys just dug deep, and the intestinal fortitude of this team, I just got to give them credit. I'll let coach do that.
Yeah.
But I also watch the game and say, hey, okay, my big man options are Aiden, JJ, Jalen, Quinn.
Yeah.
Make it work.
Yeah, especially for...
Make it work against UNCG. Make it work against Western. Seton Hall. Like I said, I should be able to put my three stud guards against the team. Like, if we just get worked in the paint just on big, left and right jump hooks over the shoulder, you know what I'm saying? Like 10-footers. I might be able to,
yeah,
eat a Seton Hall hit, you know what I'm saying? It'll suck. But I would think my guard play should be some of the best in the country. I should be able to get that big man out of the game. I should be able to attack the basket. Carly.
But if you come out 4-1 in that MTE,
yeah, I
think you're going.
No, I was going to do schedule. When we went to commercial break, I asked you if you actually had a schedule, because I was going to go to it and say, okay, listen, even shorthanded, you should get this one. You should get this one. Even matchups you should get with Louisville.
I think Western's going to be tough. I think it's going to be tough, man, because they want you. Like they want you bad. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, and
it's gonna be a tough one to get.
And here's the thing: as much as it would suck if it didn't go well, I'd love to watch and find out what my problem is if they waste you. Because again, keep in mind, I enjoy this part of the competition. You're not allowed to call them soft anymore. You're not allowed to say your team isn't tough.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yes. Yeah, because, they're your guys. But I also now, the player side of me, too, I do agree with you where it's almost like I want to look at some of these guys and go, y'all should be thrilled. This is what y'all want.
Oh, yeah.
Dre, the minutes are there. Josh, the minutes are there. Quinn, minutes are there. Y'all, look.
No, I would love to do it at the end of practice today. I would love to find my two guys that have a good day. Mm-hmm. Gabe and Jalen have a big day. I would love to say, hey, Quinn, come talk to me after practice.
Yeah.
Right? I would love to say, Malik just went out and you got wasted today by Aiden or Jalen. Mm-hmm. All these minutes just came out. I'd be turning them against each other, Steve, now.
Yeah.
I'd say, Aiden, I see you on social media.
They need to be bloodbaths over there, man.
Yeah, look, Aiden, you're on my time is coming. You know what? Your time was in practice today. Mm-hmm. And you know what you did? Here, let's look at the tape, Aiden.
Yeah.
Loaf.
Mm-hmm.
Lost your guy here, missed dunk. And like I said, I'm being harsh on Aiden, for the example. Whichever two guys don't perform the best, again, I'm bringing them into a conversation right today.
Well, yeah, and you say it best all the time. That, as angry as you are as a Louisville fan right now, not angry, because you're not angry that people are getting hurt.
Yeah, you're disappointed.
You're disappointed, and there is, and I know there is, if you're a deep, true Louisville fan, because it's here in me, there's this odd in the back of my brain right now. There's this odd excitement. And what it is what Marcus always says.
I'm the hunter.
You do love being the hunter.
I'm the hunter.
And now you are the ultimate hunter, especially like in this MTE and stuff. You're coming out, you're going.
Other local shows are going to try to say, you're not the hunter, but you should be.
Sure.
You should be. It should be, you still should be. Like, I'm saying it in a.
And by the way, 718 texter, you're so right. Just backflipping all over the place.
Who?
Him.
I can't see it. Oh.
Just thrilled. I can only imagine.
Quick commercial break. Middays with Mark Smaven on 939 The Ville.
Have you been in a car wreck? Insurance companies can be really tough to deal with on your own. I'm Sam Aguiar, and our team is here to help. We have been fortunate enough to represent thousands of people from Kentucky communities, and we would love to speak with you about your potential case. Our team loves what we do. The consultation for you is free, and we don't charge you anything unless we win the case for you. So come be a part of our team. Our phone number is easy, 502-888-8888. 502-888-8888.
We are proud to partner with our favorite go-to caffeinated beverage, Focus. Not Focus with an F, but with a PH.
When the reality of COVID-19 hit, our friends at Focus donated over 200,000 cans of Focus to nearly 400 hospitals across the U.S. to keep those on the front lines fueled.
And good news, now you can find Focus at more Kroger's, Thornton's, Liquor Barn, and Party Mart, as well as all the usual spots like Rainbow Blossom, Heine Brothers, Paul's Fruit Market, and CVS.
Or save 15% when you use code ESPN15 at www.drinkfocus.com. Focus, P-H-O-C-U-S. Try it today.
Hey, all you sports fans and dog lovers out there, Brian Hall here. When it's time for the big game, big fans need big TVs. And sometimes you may even want to bring your dog. And at Double Dogs, you can do both and even satisfy those big appetites. With choices like Black Angus burgers, wings tossed in homemade sauces, and dog bowl nachos. Double Dogs will make sure you get the fuel you need at lunch or dinner while never having to miss a game. So whether you have 2 legs or 4, you can cheer on and chow down at Double Dogs, located in the Middletown Commons.
Here's what you missed on the Diener Show.
Do they sell gift cards for the bars? My favorite is at the airport bar where you go, I'll take a beer. They go, do you want a shot with that? I'm like, am I hazing the pledges? What am I no, I just want a beer. Do you want a shot with that? No.
The answer is yes.
No, I don't want a shot with that. Yeah.
You have to understand, like, the answer is clearly yes.
Weekday morning, 7 to 10 on 93.9 The Ville, ESPN 680 and 105.7.
Hey everyone, I'm Brandon Lang. When Matthew McConaughey plays you in a movie, as he did me in 2005's Two for the Money, you have to maintain a certain image. That's hard to do when you're going bald. I needed to do something, and it needed to be done fast. Parsley Waldman's Hair Center came to the rescue. Louisville and the Midwest's premier hair treatment center not only gave me my hair back, but my self-confidence as well. Go to hairsurgery.com and find out how you can start your journey back to a full head of hair today. I can tell you firsthand, from the minute you walk in the door to the time you leave, you are treated as if you were in a 5-star hotel. And now that it's been a year since my surgery, I look back at pictures from a couple years ago, I don't even look like the same person. The procedure was an amazing success, and it has totally reframed my face. Go to hairsurgery.com and find out not only how affordable it is, but how you can get your hair back today. Visit hairsurgery.com, that's hairsurgery.com, and tell them Brandon Lang sent you.
Mark Ennis here telling you about my friends at Bosch Lawn Care. For the past few years, I've trusted Bosch Lawn Care with my yard maintenance at my house. That's mowing, weed eating, trimming bushes, cleaning mulch installation, and much more. Get yourself out of hours of work in the yard when you could be kicking back and enjoying time with your family and friends. Call 833-2GET-CUT. That's 833-243-8288 or visit them online at BoschLawnCare.com. Trust the lawn experts I trust. They're professional, affordable, Bosch Lawn Care.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on backyard favorites like grill-ready hamburgers and fresh-picked strawberries? Then shop at Kroger. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the Kroger app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales. Plus, rewards like fuel points, giving you prices that are lower than the everyday low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
When you are buying or selling a home, you have a ton of questions that need to be answered. Well, what if I could answer those questions with 3 simple words? Call Josh Jarbo. Josh specializes in residential real estate, getting buyers the home of their dreams and sellers top dollar for their home with the best negotiating skills in the industry. And if you tell him you heard about him right here, you'll receive up to a $5,000 seller's credit. So contact Josh Jarbo today at 502-216-7590 or joshjarbo@remax.net.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Here we go, when the tune starts to loop with the back.
We're clear. It's a kind of a I want to see him coach with short term with a little bit of talent reduction. Is that a fair thing to say? I don't want him to not succeed or anything like that. I want him to be able to win.
No, but we haven't saw him, and here's the thing. Do you believe Mac is the guy long term? I mean, yeah, I do. I think he's going to be the coach here. So here's where we're at with that. I watched Coach Crum face adversity and get the best out of it.
Right.
I watched Coach Pitino face major injuries and adversity. I mean, we watched Coach Pitino go into multiple seasons where we're like, oh, we're gonna suck, and then you're a 3 seed. You're like, oh my God. I mean, one year we're a bridge year. And we're out here working people, so it's like, oh my gosh. So this is the first time Coach Mack, I know it's kind of odd to say faced adversity, but I mean, you did your first year, but you also had.
I still think you had some good.
Your bar was also like, just be decent, and you by far exceeded that. Okay. So this year, the bar's no longer just be a good little team. Now the bar's a little higher. So, but this is his first time he's really faced adversity. Like, oh, here's 2 probable starters. Out a couple weeks before the season. Oh, by the way, your McDonald's All-American's been hurt. Oh, by the way, Josh Nickelberry's been hurt. By the way, just to throw it out here, Shannon Russell said she would predict, she just tweeted this out, with Williamson's injury and different stuff, she would predict that the starting lineup would be David, Carleek, Quinn, Dre Davis, Jalen Withers on the first game, which I think is probably most likely because I doubt you just throw Sam back in there. Not saying he won't play. Saying he won't play.
Let me just read this breaking report. One of Joe Biden's first priorities as president-elect will be implementing mandatory masks nationwide. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, so
little side note.
So moving forward, okay, what are your how much do your expectations reduce during with the injury news?
Well,
let's just say we got 30 games, right?
Yeah.
How many games would you just take off? Like, you don't have to do the schedule breakdown. Just you take away some games without Malik. You take away some games without Charles.
Well, you didn't have Malik, so I've almost okay. That to me, it doesn't change. With Charles, you're only.
Oh no, I'm saying when you had Malik, like last week.
Well, the AP poll is going to come out today, and when you had Malik, I think you were going to come out probably in the top 20. Yeah, I don't now.
No, okay. Well, how many losses do you add with these injuries to the Louisville schedule? Just quick, like I said, quick fire.
I think it'd be tough to beat Kentucky without Malik Williams.
Okay.
I think that
you won't throw Wisconsin.
Virginia will be very tough to beat without Malik Williams.
Okay.
Both times. Or I don't really know how the ACC is doing their schedule, so I'm assuming we're going to play.
And this is just raw firing them out.
Yeah. Carolina could be tough with Garrison Brooks and those guys, and they got a good crop.
Sips. Hold on, I have to read this to you. This is a total left field. Sippy's Sports Show says, "Yo, first time listener." Sippy's Sports Show also says, "Southern Miss fan here. Any thoughts on who the next Southern Miss coach could be?"
It's a good question.
Who's gonna get fired? Who in the ACC is about to get fired, Steve?
I mean, I don't think. Yeah, I mean,
Dabo.
Brian Brown.
No, not Dabo. What's his name? I said Dabo.
I mean, if I was Southern Miss, I'd call Brian Brown. I don't want to lose him, but
Brian Brown. He went to Ole Miss. There you go. Sippy Sports Show. Brian Brown, your next Southern Miss head coach.
Yeah, I think it'd be worth it. A shot. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to lose him, but
okay,
I mean, I think it'd be good. Hire Charlie.
Okay, we've got you down 3 losses, 2 Virginias and a Kentucky.
Well, and I think we're gonna have. I'm not. We'll have more losses than 3 or 4 losses.
Yeah. I'm just saying. How many does Malik?
The games that I really go into without them going. Well, again, I don't think it really won't have Charles, but I think you'll lose to Western. I think Western wants you. I think with Hollingsworth and I think with Bassey and they got a talented team. I think they'll beat you. So that's one. Yeah.
I don't, because I think you get the Hunter role.
And if you do, yeah, I mean, look, I could watch his team play once and go, oh, never mind. They'll beat Western. I might do that. But right now, today, on the 9th, I'm like, I don't know if you beat them because they want you. And look, you can laugh later. They can laugh and make fun of that all you want. But, I mean, I think Western is like, we want that game.
Yeah, they might have. That could be a boat race. Like, you could get buzzsawed by Western. I do agree with that.
Yeah, so, yeah.
I'm sorry, Tex. I shouldn't have did that. Just joined Brown coaching conversation. Too much bad news today. Yeah, fair enough.
Probably Duke.
2.
But I don't know that you could beat a couple. I mean, a couple of these teams are going to be tough to beat, even with Malik. Like, let's not. I mean, Louisville fans, we are a smart basketball fan base, and we do know it when we go into a season where we're at.
Who benefits the most with Malik out? One individual
on our team.
Yep.
Probably Jalen, because I think Jalen was going to get a lot of minutes at the 4 and the 5. Now those go. I think his minutes will be the most affected. But you really have a shot. Look, and I'm saying this again before you cut it up and play it a certain way, and you put the words here and there and make it sound like I say something else. Let me be clear. I'm saying Jalen Withers probably, you know what his goal probably is to be a first rounder, right? I think that's what every college basketball player, especially one that's never played,
especially one coming off of a red shirt.
So this is one of those years where it's like, well, you're going to have every opportunity. You want to be an NBA draft pick? Like, say Jalen Withers is a guy that says, look, I think I have the ability to go play in the NBA. Well, you're going to have every minute. I think you're going to have every opportunity to do that this year. So, I think he's probably the guy that benefits the most, yeah.
And I still think Quinn.
That's not a bad thought.
Because here's the thing. Jalen is an athlete guy. Jalen's a high motor kind of athlete guy. I think, you know how we talked about what you're missing in Malik is the consistency, is the kind of solid play.
Yeah.
I think Quinn's more the solid play guy. I know what I'm going to get here. I know he knows the rotations. I know he knows what to do when he's out there. I know he can run the pick and roll, step back that Malik rolls. Duran. How Malik got his 3-pointers and stuff like that. I think Quinn is better at being Malik away from the basket. Jalen's just a different person.
Yeah, I agree. But I will say this, and Texter brings this up. Texter says, could you see Malik coming back during the ACC tournament time? And here's the thing. Right now in my brain, I'm doing the Malik's out for the year. Mm-hmm. But as January rolls around, you start to hear more about Malik. We are going to come into the time where it's like,
Malik's almost ready.
I think we're going to get him about mid-February. And then you're going to be going into
going to be like adding a player because we're going to feel like we didn't have him, and we're going to get so used to playing without him, and then you just add him, and it's going to give us that extra punch. In the
see, I know, and Drew had a good point, kind of like Wayne was his freshman year, where it's like about the last 3 games, you're like, here you go. You got this guy. Now Malik, I think, is different, but just the timeline with Wayne, not really comparing the two guys. But I think you might get him the last 3 games of the year or something like that going into ACC tournament. And by tournament time, Malik may most likely with barring a setback will be kind of back to helping. I don't think it'll be 100%. I don't think you're going to get your full, but it could be a help. By tournament time. So the roller coaster of emotion says my blood pressure's up because Midland and Malik are out. But then the angel on this side says, Steve, you're going to get Malik back probably for the tournament, probably fully healthy. And Midland's only missing a couple weeks of the real season. So it's like, okay, well, you've scared everybody to death. Brian Brown's not leaving, y'all. Look, that was
Dexter, I'm sorry. We got a very random question that came into the YouTube channel. And I was just answering it.
Yeah, he's not. Rocco's going to be like, why am I getting 50 calls about Brian Brown going to Southern Miss?
Marcus Maben. I was listening to Marcus Maben. He said it. He said, I hate being snitched on, Steve.
I know.
Especially if people just. I heard Marcus Maben said